Meanwhile, reports from ESPN suggesting that Vinicius Jr. in contract negotiations wants more than Kylian Mbappé is being paid. And there were links, of course, to him going to Saudi Arabia. Ancelotti said, I'm tired of this topic, but I'm not worried. I see him happy and we are happy with him. There's nothing more to add with respect to what I said a week ago. It's not a topic that we discuss here. Vinicius, doesn't discuss it. Boys, how much are other players aware of what other teammates are on? Don?
Oh, yeah. Every day of the week. Yeah, we all talk. Yeah, everywhere. We're all gossiping in the dressing rooms. I don't see Vini Jr. going to Saudi. I think he's the last player I see, like the John Durans and maybe the Salahs and all the superstar signings that Saudi have made over the last 18 months. Kevin De Bruyne's maybe in the summer. That's all. I do not see Vini Jr. going away from Real Madrid while he's so young, while he's competing for a Ballon d'Or. He's not going to get any Ballon d'Ors winning over in Saudi, so he ain't going nowhere. That's why Carlo's, he's proper chilled on it.
Frank, you've been in a situation where players know what other players are on and use that in contract negotiations?
Yeah, I remember that Marcel Desailly signed for Chelsea just straight after the World Cup and was a great, magnificent Milan player. And I knew his salary, he's my friend, so he gave it to me. So the day after I went to see the chairman and say, I'm sorry, I'm going to play for full-time less, alongside Marcel Desailly, and I had the chance to play alongside him, but I won the World Cup with him. Can I have just the double, like twice less than him? That's going to be fine for me. And he gave it to me. So yeah, we all know well, mostly the salary of the others, but it doesn't mean anything because it doesn't hold on something very fair. It depends how many years contract you had left. If you come for free, whatever it can be, and it's only normal that some players earn more than you. So I can hear what Vinicius is trying to do. But, Mbappé, Vinicius Jr., the amount of money they already have, I won't complain. I won't complain too much if I were them.
But does this concern Real Madrid in the fact that they don't want this being a big issue within the dressing room, Frank? Did it ever get to that stage?
Well, you have to go through that. You cannot avoid that, and it can happen, and that's what it is, and it's a free market. So salaries are different, and yeah, you try to cope with that. I think they will try to deal with Vini. I think they want to keep Vini. They don't want to see him going stupidly to Saudi Arabia. So they're going to try to do something to make sure that he's happy, but they're not going to give him much than Mbappé, because Mbappé after might be unhappy, and after you have Bellingham as well. So they will try to find a good balance to be fair to everybody. But when Vinicius Jr. signed the contract for 3, 4, 5 years, I don't know, he was happy. So we just have to remind that to him and saying that at the time you were happy. So why are you unhappy right now? Because somebody has more money than you. It's not fair to the club as well. You have to be fair to the club.
I think that's always the danger when somebody comes in and breaks the wage structure, so to speak, that other players, as their contracts come up for negotiation, that they know that wage structure is broken, so therefore they're going to ask for more. Now, for Vinicius Jr., I'm with the boys in that I don't see Vinicius Jr. going to Saudi Arabia right now. While I sat right here and made the argument for Duran moving from Aston Villa to Saudi Arabia for quadrupling his salary, Saudi Arabia, as far as Vinicius Jr. goes, is not going anywhere. Given what he means to the game right now, you can only see his stock getting a whole lot higher in terms of that big money move to somewhere else. You probably couldn't make that argument for Duran at the time. So I don't see that as being the deciding factor around Vinicius signing or not, whether Saudi Arabia are there. But when you're a talent like Vinicius Jr., when you have had the type of seasons that he's had in the past and establish yourself as the face of a club like Real Madrid, and then Kylian Mbappé comes in, it is his agent's duty to go in and ask for more.
Jonathan Barnett would do it for you?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'm not sure he'd have much of a leg to stand on in asking it for me, but how were he representing somebody like Vinicius Jr. and what he means to that club? Absolutely he would. Right. If at the end of the season, argument's sake, Vinicius Jr. goes on a tear between now and the end of the season and he leads Real Madrid to more silverware, Absolutely,
So
yes.
this is just part and parcel of life.
It's part and parcel of it. We've all kind of dealt with it. And you all understand those dynamics that as players come in and they get big salaries, when you go back in to negotiate, that's the benchmark. If you're better than that player, then you go in and ask for more. If you're a little bit less, then you go and ask for a little bit less.
There's always a way around it as well,
That's
Dan.
just how it works.
In your negotiations, if you're Real Madrid, because everyone's fixated on the weekly wage, everyone looks at the weekly wage and think that, well, that's a player's weekly wage, that's it. It's not. It's a little bit more complex than that. So if you're Real Madrid, let's just say Kylian Mbappé is on £500,000 a week, and Vini Jr wants the same. You can more or less say to Vini Jr, listen, we can tell the world, just because we can tell the world that you're only on 300 grand a week, but we'll put 50 million or 100 million in your bank account. So therefore, if you do all of the maths and all the equations, then it's something like 500, 600 grand a week. So there's always a way around it. Everyone gets a little bit fixated on the weekly wage. A Ballon d'Or, you could have 20 million if you win the Ballon d'Or or whatever. So there's loads of little add-ons you can try and put in your contract to try and make sure your weekly wage looks a little bit higher or is a bit higher.
Spoken from experience there.
Yes. Yeah,
You can get invited to a box. You can get invited to a box for a game every now and then.
I had 20 million in my clause for a Ballon d'Or, but never quite got there.
Ah.